Hey guys, how's it going? This is Cody Reviewer coming at you with another movie review. This time it's going to be on Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight Trilogy, an amazing trilogy. Probably my favorite trilogy, probably your favorite trilogy. This review is going to have some spoilers in it, so if you haven't seen any of the movies at all, go ahead and check them out before watching this, because there will be a ton of spoilers in this. Of course, if we start talking details and technicalities, this video is going to trail on forever, and I can't make it more than like past the 10-minute mark. I'm going to try to keep it under 10 minutes, so I'll cross my fingers on that. But anyways, if you don't mind spoilers at all, let's go ahead and talk the Dark Knight Trilogy with Christopher Nolan. The reason why I love this trilogy so much is because, aside from it being a Batman film, and aside from it being a Christopher Nolan film, you know, those are all pluses and everything, but the main reason why is because as a filmmaker, this movie could definitely be dissected in so many different ways every time you watch it. Every time I go back to watch this movie, there's something new I learn from it all the time. And the fact with Christopher Nolan's writing, he always has multiple layers to his films, whether it's Inception you're watching, or Insomnia, or Interstellar. All this movie starts with an I just realized that. Memento is a good one too. With this work, it follows a certain structure where it's non-linear, and he writes these stories that are just so compelling and makes you wonder and think and what's going on with these characters. He makes you involved and engaged with his movies, and it's like a true blessing to have him as a director in our generation, because it definitely takes you back to how interactive an audience could be when watching a really good movie. But this is what the Dark Knight Trilogy is for me. It's a complete story. It's from beginning, middle, and end. You take an ordinary guy, Bruce Wayne, who changes his whole entire perspective of the world due to his parents' death, becomes a symbol of hope, and throughout his trials and errors, finally at the end of the movie, he becomes a hero. He becomes someone that the people look up to, and it's very prominent in the whole trilogy that you see that. It starts off with Batman Begins, where he's fighting Ra's al Ghul, training with Ra's al Ghul, getting his training done, learning about the world, and then at the end of the movie, he saves Gotham from his own mentor, so he surpasses his teacher. That was a huge part in Batman Begins. He's not technically a hero yet, but he's established his symbol as Batman. The second movie takes off where Batman is fighting crime, corrupt crime, and he's taking down villains and all that stuff. So he's doing his Batman thing, right? Nothing's really changing until a new villain comes in town, Joker, Heath Ledger's character, and this is probably why everyone loves this movie so much, is because of his performance. He does deliver an amazing performance. Out of the three, this is probably my favorite one, but as a trilogy, I think the last one, Dark Knight Rises, it just ends so strong with the trilogy that I love The Dark Knight Rises a lot. But this one is definitely up there with one of my favorite movies, and the reason is because the Joker is completely the opposite of what Batman is. Where Batman is justice, and he has rules and morals he has to abide by. The Joker he shows Batman that everyone could be corrupted. He is an agent of chaos, that everyone is a potential victim of being chaotic. And he shows that by corrupting one of Gotham's DA, Harvey Dent, who puts away a ton of criminals. By corrupting him, he turns them into Two-Face. Basically, Harvey Dent is committing these acts of crime in order to get back at the people who hurt him. In this sense, it shows that the Joker was able to corrupt someone so high and mighty that he is pretty much like throwing away bad guys, that he could also fall down and become as crazy and loony as the Joker. Because of that, Batman and Detective Gordon at the end of the movie, had to lie in order to save the reputation of not only Harvey Dent, but the city of Gotham, making sure that they know that Harvey Dent died for a good reason and not because he was a criminal himself. That's where it turns to a huge turning point. And then now Batman is now a vigilante. He was a vigilante before, but now he's more of a criminal too, just like Harvey Dent was and the Joker was. And Detective Gordon can't rely on him anymore. The Gotham PD has to go after the Batman in this sense. And that's where pretty much the movie ends. So it ends on a note where, yeah, Batman becomes more of the hero that Gotham deserves and not needs, but in the same sense they told a lie, which starts the last and final movie, The Dark Knight Rises. I love this movie a lot because it definitely ends it on a strong note. Some people, I guess, disagree with that in a sense because I guess Batman doesn't show up until about like halfway through the second act. But in this point, you have to remember that this is a Bruce Wayne movie. It's not technically a Batman movie, and that if you've watched the previous movies, you've established already that Bruce Wayne is Batman. So at this point, you know Bruce Wayne is Batman. It's just all about getting back up after you fall. It ties it in with Ra's al Ghul again, where we think that Ra's al Ghul is dead. He's actually still alive, and in the sense that he's in the form of Bane and Talia al Ghul, which is Ra's daughter. What they do is they also kind of unravel the lie that Commissioner Gordon and Batman had compromised in the end of the second movie, and they release all the prisoners. And now at this point, the whole city's chaotic, and Bane, he's giving the city a false hope. In a sense, it's a false hope because he also has a nuclear bomb underneath the city, get ready to, you know, blow up Gotham. And it shows in the third movie that the Joker is still very much in control of the situation because of what he said in the second movie. Batman has to literally take back his city from all the corrupt crime that was going on. So it's a huge finale when it comes to the fact that Batman finally grabs the cops underneath and they help Batman take down Bane and his criminals. Batman saves the day, taking the bomb, going over the ocean and blowing it up out in the ocean. In a sense, the people recognize Batman as a hero at that point. And that's where pretty much ends in the viewer sense, or in Gotham people's sense, where, hey, Batman has always been there, he's always been saving us, da 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 da. The police at that point understand what Batman is, and in this case, they build a monument of Batman, a statue of Batman to symbolize that he is definitely the hero that Gotham, you know, deserved. It goes back from the beginning of the movie where Batman just started off as a symbol of hope. The second movie, Batman is the hero that Gotham deserves. In the third movie, it concludes where Batman is that hero of Gotham. You know, so they build a statue and it ends with him being a hero. That is just the shortest point of why I love this movie, is because it tells a beginning, middle, and end in each of the movies. There's a segment in each movie. In the same sense, in each movie, it has its own stories as well. That's just so prominent, and I could go on and on forever talking about this. But anyways, yeah, that's the reason why it's my favorite trilogy, why it's such an amazing movie. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, and rate, comment, subscribe. This has been my review for The Dark Knight Trilogy by Christopher Nolan, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.